Yeah, you had that up. Yeah.
I'm doing a response to T-Mott of Georgia, J. Wright of 4. Their response they were doing to a video that was put out concerning black business, a family that has decided to buy black for the whole year. This video may turn into a part 2 of my video, They Have Nothing Positive to Say About Black People, because I am passionate about black people and all that encompasses us. I have no problem saying that, as I'm sure many of you know from previous videos. J. Wright of 4, definitely agree with him. If that's what that family chooses to do, that's what they choose to do. More of us should choose to do that, or at least try to do that as much as possible. It seems to me that no other race gets questioned like we do when we supposedly show unity in a concentrated effort. This became really apparent to me during the Obama campaign. Not going to what you think about Obama, you know, none of that. I'm talking about the fact that black folks were voting for Obama and people were questioning it and actually having negative things to say about it, as if this had never been done before in this country. And let's be for real here, that's always been done as far as politics. No one questions white folks, mostly males who are Republican, as to why they do that. Why do you continuously vote Republican when this country is in a hole, when the Bush regime has, you know, messed us up and down, but yet you would still do that? So, you know, no one questions other groups of people about them showing unity. No one questions Latinos and Mexicans when they show unity, when they stick together, when they supposedly live 10 or 12 in a house, as you know, some of you say, though I've never met one who does, but okay, let's say it happens. When they take any type of job, when they hire each other, when they live in concentrated neighbors in areas where they are together, they're showing unity, they love each other, blah, blah, blah. No one questions Asians, Indians, when they do the same type of thing, show unity by buying from each other, shopping together, hanging together, marrying only their kind. Not that some of them don't, but I'm just saying, let's not pretend. No one questions them about that. They, you know, we say they stick together. They're given a pat on the back for that. We applaud that. No one questions whites when they do this same type of thing here in America, supposedly stick together. That is questionable to me, but you know, whatever. Some of you want to put white folks on a pedestal, and now that I have a problem with white folks, understand I have a problem with us as black people thinking that their ice is colder. I think I've said this before in another video. So understand, not down in white folks, I'm down in the thinking that we have about white folks, that they just the shit. No one questions that with other groups, but when we do it, it's a problem. Even some of us question ourselves as to why could we do, you know, how could you do that? Why would you do that? Why would that question even come up? That's really strange to me. So I applaud this family. I applaud anybody who's doing that, because we know that when the playing field is level, when it's even, we always rise to the top. We only have problems when the playing field is messed up, as it has been here in America. T-Mott then came in and mentioned the Willie Lynch letter, which to me is a farce, but I definitely understand what it's saying in that letter. Did it exist? I don't think so, but whatever. Some of you need that to explain shit. Do what you do. And I understand what T-Mott was saying by saying that some of us think that white folks just got better shit, when it's just probably shit like everything else. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. But what bothered me about T-Mott and then him injecting Willie Lynch is that I've seen some of T-Mott's videos, which in itself could be called a part of the whole Willie Lynch syndrome. And what I mean by that is, how do we expect black folks to shop with each other, feel comfortable with each other, go for this whole unity thing that some of y'all are still waiting for, when black folks themselves never, some of us, I do repeat, some, not even many, but some to enough where it needs to be called out, never have anything positive to say about black folks? How do we expect black people to want to shop with each other the way other races do business with one another, when all we've heard from some of us is negative stuff about each other? So when you come to places such as YouTube or wherever, and you have this whole mantra of, I'm just keeping it real, I'm just telling the truth, I tell it like it is that the only way you is the way you say it because of your possible experience? There are other experiences, but I do know that we can only speak on our own, and I definitely understand that. But I do say, if you've only had those experiences that you speak of, I say to you to try to get a new experience. So what I'm saying is, how do we, again, I repeat this, expect black folks to feel comfortable shopping with each other and doing business with one another when some of us never have anything positive to say about each other? I wonder how really some of us even make it, how even our children look at us and think that they can grow up and become that Barack Obama when we've only heard some negative things even from our own family members about each other. Never do business with black folks do this, black folks will do this, you can't trust black folks ain't shit, got shit, will be shit, never was shit. And though you can come to YouTube or places like YouTube or just your everyday life and you always want to point out the negative about us and say that nobody else is doing it, please keep that BS to yourself. Being black, we've always heard people, our own, say negative things about us. That has always been some of our experiences. Not all of us, but some, enough to the point that it needs to be addressed. But even if it's a few, it's too much. So then how do you expect the little ones to grow up under us that we give birth to, who we claim can become anything and do anything they want, but yet every black person they pass, if they don't look up to par with us, then there's something wrong with them, and you know how black folks are, and that's why black folks ain't got shit. You know, stuff that some of us say. So I ask you to rethink the way you go about things, rethink how you address things, and I see her, and rethink just about life and how things are done, how you do things. And this so-called truth that you say that you are bringing to light, like we've never heard it before, many of us have heard it all the time. And there can be another truth that maybe, you know, since we've heard that, because, you know, y'all will say that. Nobody wants to tell black people the truth. Nobody wants to say, that's a lie. When Bill Cosby said it, that he said it, and some of you agreed with him like we had never heard that shit before. We've heard that shit before. It was nothing new. So don't pretend to me like you've never heard that shit before. So I ask us to try something new in our lives. Just try it. If you try it for a week and then turn it into a month and keep going, where you focus on the positive about us, and if you find no positive, do know it's not there, and if you still can't find it, know that you yourself have to look in the mirror and figure out what's wrong with you, and stop heaping your shit on the rest of us, because the rest of us trying to make it, and we see a very great positive black world out there because of some of you who try to squander it, who try to cover it up, who try to act like it's not there. Some of us forget about that positive that we've got going on, and come to sometimes think that we're negative ourselves because we've heard it so much. So back to black businesses, what this was supposedly supposed to be about, but I went off on something else that I just felt needed to be said. Black businesses are there. I'm a black business owner myself. I do good business all the time. I know when to shut up and listen to the customer. And I know that'd be hard for some of you to believe, but I do that because at the end of the day, I know the customer provides me a lifestyle that I can enjoy. It's the difference between shopping at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Publix, and Wayfields where I don't want to shop. And I know that if I want to have the lifestyle that I like, I will treat my customer right. So black businesses do exist. Black businesses are thriving. Black businesses are doing good business. They're there. So watch yourself the next time you go into a black business, because some of you approach these businesses, and I've even had it happen myself where I've had to just, you know, because I can see it. You come in and you think just because it's a black business owner that there's going to be some shit going on. You know who you are. Therefore, you go into the business with a negative conception, a negative attitude, and then sometimes get it back and wonder why. Sometimes you question black business owners with questions you would never question anybody else about. Why is that much? Where did it come from? Why should I pay you that much? Why? Why should you not? Am I not worthy because of the mere fact that I am your sister and you are my brother, that we should not do business with one another? So I ask you, those of you who have these conflictions with black businesses, to look in your own mirror and question yourself and figure out where you are going. Straighten your own stuff out, and then you can then go out and find something positive. That's pretty much what all I have to say. I appreciate, as usual, y'all for listening. All right, thanks.